from what I'm noticing, we're allowing a lot of people who don't have no skin in the game to dictate what
Yeah,
black ministry is and what red pill is. So, and I
yeah,
guess we'll kind of get towards that towards the end. That's
mm,
part of my issue with all of it. It's like, who are you to dictate what's good and what's bad? You didn't. I didn't see you get a shovel and start carving your space in here. So I think that's the problem. We're letting a lot of people have an opinion on something that they shouldn't be speaking about.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's the nature of the beast when you don't have proper organization. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just like with black men, right? Because black men are not really as organized as we should be. Women are trying to dictate for us what manhood is. So
Right.
it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? We don't have any organizational structure. So there's really no chiefs to tell the Indians this is what we are, and then mobilize as a unit to give pushback on people that are trying to define what we are. You feel what I'm saying?
hmm Because it seems like the easy targets. Well, I guess back then you had Tommy, Kev,
Mm-hmm.
and it seems like now that you survived, you and Tommy survived. Kev got rest his soul. Now you have Andrew and his brother going through the same situation as far as the face of red pill. Well, the face of red pill. Let me say red pill.
Yeah.
As face of red pill, based off of what they deem negative about them, they're saying that's all of red pill, and I'm like, that's unfair. And to the
Yeah.
people who are still overseeing seeing red pill minister, that's the bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, and I always say this, like, what these spaces mimic, in my opinion, is hip hop. So when you look at hip hop, you have multiple categories of it. You know what I'm saying? You have, like, back in the day, you had the raucous backpack rappers that really were rapping about certain topics. They weren't rapping about gangster rap. They weren't rapping about being flashy. It was just regular dudes that kind of come from a vein of more like geek culture. But then you also had the political rappers, you also had the gangster rappers, you had the rappers that were just commercial. So there was always these different categories, and that's what it is here. You got these different categories of dudes because, like you said, it's transcended. It's become so big that you have people that are labeled that, but they get offended when you try to label them because they don't necessarily fit in that box.
Nah, that's fair. I never really thought about it. Just subgroups of red pill.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes all the sense. But why the merger? So what? Why is it? Why every time they saying black minister red pill? Why they always could put them as one when it's obviously its own separate entities? One side is the side of truth. One side is black men. Here's what we're messing up on. Here's what the direction we need to go. Why do they always correlate the two?
Because they have to. They have to put it all together because there's an attack on masculinity. And all of it, regardless of what vein it is, regardless of what category you put it in, the core of it is men redefining what masculinity is in this day and age and saying, okay, this is what we want. This is what we're not going to put up with. That's the one common thread that you can see through everything, whether it's red pill, whether it's black manosphere, whether it's SYSBM, whether it's MGTOW, regardless of what category everybody is in, the common theme is they're trying to redefine manhood and speak truth to power and say, look, we're not going to tolerate this. We're not going to tolerate that. We're going to define what we are in this world today. So what happens is they put everything together so that they can try to, come at it all at once.
Mhm. Okay, I respect that because I remember on Clubhouse, this shocked me. I typed in MGTOW in the comment section. They said this might be offensive language.
Yeah.
And I had to hold a room about that. I was like, what the fuck you mean MGTOW's an offensive language? What the fuck is wrong with the idea of men going their own way?
Yeah.
I was like, it's that bad. Someone got to the powers that be and said, we can't allow this movement here. Now, we still hold the rooms anyway. Like, you're not going to stop us. But the fact that you went through that form of censorship of masculinity, I hear it all the time. I had to see it for myself. I was like, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah. Is anything that's associated with any of that, red pill is considered offensive. MGTOW is considered offensive. I don't think they've done that with SYSBM yet. They will eventually.
But now that you brought that up, how come SYSBW? Why is that not offensive then?
Because it's women. This is why. Like, I was having this conversation with my man Israel the other day. I think he's in the chat room. But I was trying to explain to him like he doesn't fall into those categories, right? So like he is pretty much on here having conversations, but he's not looking at it from the standpoint of how I'm looking at it. Like, how I look at it, I'm in a war right now. You feel what I'm saying? I'm in a war. It's not a physical war, but it's an ideological war. Right. And I know what has to be done, and I know how to go about doing it. And that's what I mean by the space has expanded, because everybody doesn't view it that way. Everybody doesn't operate that way. But when you see some of the shit that I've seen, and you just saw a glimpse of it when you type, if you go right now, if you use AI, let's say you use AI and you want to write a description for a YouTube video, right? Right. If you ask AI about, say you have a title, say, why does the world dislike traditional men? AI will tell you traditional is offensive.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my fucking God.
I'm telling you, bro.
Everything that my father, my grandfather, the elders at the church taught me, offensive. Yeah. Seriously?
Yes. Because it's not, what did it say? It said to me that traditional man is an offensive term because it's not inclusive to other groups, and it may be offensive to other groups because it perpetuates a stereotype that's negative. That's what it said.
I'm still stuck on the traditional as offensive. That I'm gonna hold a room about that. That's I'm gonna talk about that. That is new. But let me get back focused, because I promise that's gonna fuck up this whole interview if we stay on that.